You will. Hey, welcome to the Team Superdad Friday Hangout. My name's Jonnie Jensen. We're on StreamYard, which is the first time I've moved over from Restream and my phone and loads of if you were watching this week, we were doing the habit challenge. You would have seen the stream stop about 3 times. And so that pushed me over the edge, basically. That pushed me over the edge as far as making the jump to StreamYard. Lots of people I know are on StreamYard, Daniel Latto and Nick James. Gary V is on Restream, which he certainly was for a while, but they evolved pretty quick. So anyway, I'm pretty happy to be moving over to StreamYard. If you're interested in streaming to multiple channels, then it's a great tool. Welcome. It's Friday afternoon. We do this little update on a Friday. Why? Because it's the end of the week, and as well as having a little check-in on myself, have I done anything this week? Have I got anything to share? It's also a great way for people who are working on their own, maybe even leading a business can be quite lonely. Whatever you're up to, then Friday is a great way to check in and see how things are going. It's 4:20 here in the UK. I normally do this at lunchtime, so we're definitely late. If you want to comment, then please do. Just say hi in the comments, and if with any luck, I will see the comments come in here, and I'll be able to reply to everybody from either Facebook or YouTube or Twitter via Periscope. So so test it out. If you're watching, say hello. I can see someone's watching. So just ping me a message. Let's see what it says. Basically, I'm going to open up Facebook anyway and see what's going on. See if I can see myself. It's always a little bit interesting. There we go. I can see myself. Ta-da! Looking great, obviously. So Team Superdad is my community and system to equip dads to have their best life ever, to be the dads their family needs them to be, whether you are in a relationship or single. Oh, what was that? That was a big bang downstairs. Whether you're in a relationship or single, your kids need you, and you need to have a great time as well. It's all about having our best life ever. And this week, we've done loads of stuff with Team Superdad, and I've also done loads of stuff with my kids. We're entering a new stage of lockdown here in the UK, and it's ever changing, isn't it? It's ever changing, and as we find ourselves with increased freedoms again, different attitudes. Okay. I think they're telling me the front door. It's on the front door. And that's the live nature of being at home with your kids as well. There's always stuff going on. I guarantee in about 30 seconds, they'll be fighting. Absolutely. So Rosie's doing her dance lesson, and Jago was playing football. So they're now indoors. So Team Superdad, what's been happening? First of all, Team Superdad, I launched the 28-day challenge, which is a habit challenge. Habits is to some people, habits obviously good. Fitness, juicing, going to bed at the right time, date nights with your wife, working out, having a sensible bedtime, making time for your kids, cooking. Like, there's so many good habits. As I've set about this challenge, I've had to make a list of all the good habits, acts of kindness, breathing. Like, there's so many things. Like, not just breathing, like walking along, breathing, but there's breathing exercises that can be done, which on a day-to-day basis, meditating, that's a habit. These are all positive habits. And equally, negative habits, there are thousands. I was on a website as I was prepping for this, and he had 283 bad habits. I'm not sure all of them were bad habits, and I'm not sure they were all unique, but nonetheless, in any walk of life, we can find good and bad habits: biting our fingernails, smoking, picking our nose, going to bed at the wrong time, porn, gambling, driving too fast. Like, there's so many habits. Drinking too much coffee. I did. Day 2 was yesterday. We did caffeine as one of the bad habits. Let's just go and see what's going on over here in the Team Superdad group. Team Superdad success group. Come on, there we go. Team Superdad community. So wherever, and There's plenty of fitness challenges around, and inside of Team Superdad, there is just an ongoing get sweaty challenge. My challenge is on a day-to-day basis, every day, get sweaty. And I had fitness has always been a challenge and always been a goal around Team Superdad, and it's something that I do in my life as much as possible. I can't say I get it done every day, and there are times when it's much easier, and there's times when it's much harder, and it's about tuning into what the value is of that habit, and actually being able to, when the days that you don't want to do it, that's your access to getting it done. That's your access to stopping smoking. If it's your kids, if it's about being able to grow old and have fun with your kids still, then that can be a motivation for giving up smoking. Maybe it's money and buying a car or whatever, but you've got to have an anchor to drive you towards either giving up a bad habit or adopting a good habit. So that's why we focused on habits for this 28-day challenge in July. The good thing about it being a habit challenge is you can drop in at any time, and it doesn't mean you can drop out at any time. I want you in, and we'll do this all together. So go on over to teamsuperdad.com/habit challenge. That's teamsuperdad.com/habit challenge. And you can register inside of there, and then you'll make sure that you're part of the invites and the Zoom calls and the WhatsApp group and all the things that are going on around that. Get involved. I posted today in the group and on my personal page, like what are your good and bad habits? I'd love to know what you think a good and bad habit is. I've no doubt that there will be some people out there who smoke and think that that's a good habit. Why? Because they simply love it, and that's okay. This is not a judgy thing. Certainly, we're here to inspire and support and educate, but we're not here to preach. We're not here to tell you that you're bad or wrong. So get on board. Get on board. Other things that have been going on, oh my gosh, website challenges, printer challenges. For anyone who's used to working in WordPress, just the themes, they should be easy, right? They should be easy to manage, especially when you've paid extra money for support and they email back after 3 days and say, oh, you need to update the theme. And I'm like, that's where this started, with me updating the theme. It is up to date, just blah, blah, blah. So I am pretty technically capable, tech-minded. I've worked in digital marketing for 20 years. I should be able to do basic things on a WordPress site. I should be able to make graphics and use Audacity and Adobe Premiere. Like, there's a lot of things I can do, but there is a limit as well. And also about time. What is your time worth? How much time? If 2 hours, what can you do with 2 hours? What can you do with 3 hours? And how much could you charge? How much could you earn during that same time? So this is where it comes down to outsourcing things out. Even at home, having a cleaner, ironing, these are all things that when you measure up how much time they take, obviously you need the cash flow to be able to actually pay for them. But when you look at the time it takes and you look at the time that what you could do with that time, this can be a way to actually make time in your lives. And if it comes back to money, as it does for all of us, then don't let that be a burden. Like we're talking about habits before, let that be something that drives you forward. We've all got to find new ways to increase our income, especially in the world today. Is it a second income? Is it improving your work and career? Is it improving your business? We've got to be conscious about the money that we need to actually create the lifestyle that we want, and being able to outsource some of those things, be able to pay for support. Means that we can not only get that help, but we can also do work that we love. I do not like editing and fixing WordPress sites. I'm not that good at it, and that's because I don't spend much time doing it. So why should I struggle away with it? So the £30 I spent with the lady in India was very good money spent, and we've built up an instant rapport there. The $58 I spent with the theme creator, I'm less happy about. But that's another story. The bastards. And so we're up to stuff. The F5 and that program, just evolving it still, bringing on board the coaches that I want, and really being bold about that. Really being bold about what I want it to be, and the level to which it is providing support for dads to create that life that they want, to create the personal power to achieve their ambitions and fulfill their potential. it would be very easy to have it be just another video course and some information that you may or may not read. But what if it was like a full mastermind group of dads who are up to stuff, lifestyle support from amazing people? I'm just in the process of discussing like a biomarker test. So really at the start of it, if you've ever watched come on, fattest person in America, like Biggest Loser USA, Biggest Loser USA. If you ever, we love that program. We used to watch it all the time. But you know, one of the things they do right up front in that show is do a health test. I've recently been looking at my testosterone levels and my energy levels, and so that biomarker test is a real important part of the fitness element of the F5. So these kind of things we're baking in, and I'm having to do my due diligence and get the right people on board. I think that's about it on Team Superdad. The podcast is going well. A new episode coming out tomorrow, assuming I can finish editing it. And what I've got to do there is get better at lining up the guests, I've done the research. I've got so many different people I want to have on, researching through Amazon, researching through existing podcasts and getting those people lined up. So if you've heard a great guest on another podcast, please share it with me. Make an introduction, send me the link to that podcast episode, and I'll look to see if I can get them on the Team Superdad podcast. If you are interested in, well, don't say if you're interested, you should be listening to the Team Superdad podcast. So go over to teamsuperdad.com/podcast or /get podcast. So teamsuperdad.com/get podcast, and that will automatically send you to the service that best suits the device you're on. So if you're on an iPhone, it will send you to Apple Podcasts. If you're on a Android phone, it will send you to Google Podcasts, for example. So whatever device you're on, even if it's desktop, it will send you to the best service for that. So that's teamsuperdad.com/get podcast. And personal life, blimey, it's been one kid's back at school. Jago's back at school, so he's 10. He's back at school, which is good. He's so excited to be back at school. Rosie, she's slightly disappointed not to be back at school. They've got about 4 weeks left. Jago's 11 plus. If you've been listening to other updates, you'll know that's been going on for it's like an exam for 11-year-olds in the UK to see if they can access grammar schools. It only happens in certain parts of the country. I went to a grammar school as a kid. I definitely think it was worth it. And I'd love him to have that choice, really. I'm not going to choose what school he goes to. I will suggest which ones I like. But I don't think any parent gets thanked by their kids for forcing them to go to a school they didn't want to go to. So especially in a co-parenting situation. And curiously, I'm not going to go into it too much detail, but if you've not seen the update around single parent, co-parent, solo parent, I'm fully on board with the terminology or the phraseology solo parent and co-parent now. I was looking for an answer to that, and someone pointed that out to me. I'm so against the expression single parent. So they're just two separate subjects. I am single. I have been for 5 bloody years. And perfect timing. One of my fabulous former partners, Emma Knott, just messaged me on Facebook. If I've completely lost track, 5 years, relationships. Oh yeah. So if you're single, you're single, and if you're a parent, you're a parent. Then they're not. They don't exist together. But if in your parenting relationship, you're co-parenting, in which you could be in a relationship together. You probably just talk about yourself as parents in a solid relationship. But if you are separated, then you're co-parenting or you're solo parenting. I think it's just it is semantic slightly, but it is just a much more powerful way of describing these things, and not like a flipping martyr or a stigma. My fitness, blimey, taken a bit of a kick in the old knackers. I've been working, so you see them going around Facebook, of course. The 25-day press-up challenge is been going back around during lockdown. 25 is no problem for me. I've been doing that for a long time, but I have never got up to doing 50 in one go. So that's been my goal, and I got up to 40. And then last Thursday, I think it was, I was doing the up to about 40, doing the last 10 on my knees, and my left shoulder just kind of made this clicking noise. Within 2 hours, I was completely locked up. like C3PO. And I've tried for about a week because all the osteopaths are closed. Like everyone's on lockdown, right? So I can't fix it. I'm necking ibuprofen, hot baths. I'm walking around like C3PO. And then I ended up calling the osteopath clinic and they said they're not open till the 13th. So then I called a mate of mine who actually teaches there, and he doesn't practice around here. And I was hoping he was going to say he could help me, and he did. He absolutely did. So thank you, Chris. Full respect. And I can move my shoulder now. I haven't got much movement to the left, but we're doing okay to the right. So that's the kids. That's my back and neck. That is, what else? Oh, the single co-parent thing. Yeah. Still yet to, I haven't deleted the dating apps. I perhaps just still playing with that whole strategy. Getting any matches would be good. Getting ones that I was attracted to might be even better. I think more than anything, I would just like to have some female friends. That's the target, is to have some fun with some awesome women. I don't mean like naked fun, although that is always desirable. But what I mean is just some mates, just some female mates, getting back to having some fun with some quality women. And I think that's what we should all be up to. You know, it's I can honestly say some of the best friends I've had in this world have been women, and I would like that to be the same right now. Basically, we're all busy, but yeah, so quality women, get in touch. And then finally, just round to summer holidays. You know, it's looking in the UK, they're doing lockdown is easing. They're removing some of the conditions around returning from different countries, and obviously my brother and his wife and our family are in Lake Annecy. And so to hear that the conditions about returning from France are going to ease, we're lining up a week in France for later in August. So that is just flipping awesome. And that's where we're at. Basically, we are fully on the update. So let's go. That's StreamYard. Look, we can send a little banner along the bottom. Can we do that? There we are. Watch this. Welcome to the Friday update. Awesome. We can have all sorts of things. I haven't made the brand yet, but look, you can up the StreamYard one. There you go. Look, on, off. So that's going to be some fun to play with. We'll see what we can do with some of the Team Superdad branding and stuff. You can see the logo up in the right-hand corner. Lovely. So wherever you're at, let me know how your week has been. Let me know what your weekend has got planned. I bought a canoe. Oh, finally, I bought a canoe, a kayak, a Savelio 2+1 family kayak. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Basically, just finding ways to have good times with the kids. And that's what it's all about, is creating magical memories, staying fit, getting out in the sun, laughing, and having some good times with some good people. So wherever you're at, thank you. Get on board with Team Superdad. Come on over to the Facebook group. That's facebook.com/groups/Team Superdad. You can find out everything that's going on by being part of that, or of course over at teamsuperdad.com. And without further ado, I will leave you. There'll be a day 3 habit challenge update in a couple of hours. Get on board. We're doing a habit challenge. It's teamsuperdad.com/habit challenge. It's 28 days to adopt a new habit. So it's called the Make One, Break One Habit Challenge. And I'd love to have you on board. Until next time, Team Superdad out. Bye.